Hello Aries, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they are feeling and thinking towards you currently. Wowee. Love is the first card. Very nice. Lots of love here, Aries. A sense of awkwardness. All right, so some of you may have been in a relationship. This could have been in the past. This could be current. Others of you, it could be a situationship. And for the rest of you, you could have simply just exchanged glances and you know that there's something special there. A whole lot of energy, but no one's really speaking up. My goodness. Wow. Feelings and emotions right under love. This person is in love with you, Aries. It's not just love. That's amazing. I'm not going to say anything, but I love these cards so far. I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to jinx it. Let's not. Let's not. Oh my goodness. I think I saw this before too for you guys. It's a third party situation here. There's a peekaboo card, okay? This is fear. Let me just bring this out here. It's peekabooing. It is the only darker side of card. Like, this is just the one card that talks about fear. It's just nervousness. This person's very nervous. This is amazing. This reading is very nice. I have hardly seen such beautiful cards in any of the readings so far that I've done during this upload. It's really nice to see these. It's very refreshing. Yes, there are two cards at the very least that are a little bit on the gray side, but the rest of them, phenomenal. You have here love, followed by embracing the shadow, surrender, relationship, feelings and emotions, beauty, nourishment, compassion, fear. Then we have shape-shifting under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Aries, I do love you. The love that I have for you is sacred, it's pure, it's unconditional, and it's constant. It does not change. But I know in this connection certain things have happened, and things are now very awkward. The connection that we have, the environment has become very uncomfortable. For this reason, we don't really talk. We can't. Things are just not the same as they used to be. I have seen a side of you that has been very impulsive, compulsive, and even aggressive. You have seen this side of me as well. And the problem is, I want you to embrace that shadow side of me. There's a part of me that regrets showing you that side. But that is a part of who I am. I am who I am, and I can't change my ways. I can try. That's not the same. I have surrendered to you. My mind, my heart, my body. There's a part of me that feels that I belong to you and you belong to me. We come and go and we dance. This perfect harmony of love that exists on a spiritual level. It's silent, this love. Below the surface of this water it exists. And this depth, not much is being communicated, but it can be felt. The relationship that I have with you, many moons, many nights have gone by where I've lied awake in bed thinking about you, what it would be like to be with someone like you. I see how others treat you and I like what I see. I want to be like that too. I want to be close to you. I want to have a long-term committed relationship with you. Because I do have feelings and emotions for you that are so strong. I don't just love you, but I am in love with you. Whenever you're happy, I'm happy. And whenever you are sad, my world crumbles and falls apart. I don't feel right. I do feel that there's this sense of beauty that exists. This beautiful feeling of admiring you for who you are, not only on the outside, but on the inside as well. Your charm, your talents, your charisma, your beauty. You have a way of showing me who I really am too, my reflection. There's a part of you who's like a ray of sunshine. And you are one with nature. And I see this. It is inspiring. After getting to know you more and feeling the energy, I realize that you are the perfect mate. Emotionally, spiritually, and physically. You have a way of fulfilling all of my needs. I do have these emotions and feelings, but the fulfillment nobody ever has been able to satisfy but you. And I know things have been hard and difficult between us in this relationship. And I feel compassion and empathy. Sometimes also I feel sorry for being in this situation. Things could have been different. You may wonder why there is so much distance. It's because I've lost all confidence in us, in this connection. Once upon a time I was very confident. Now I have a lack of self-esteem. I have no confidence. There's insecurities that have settled in. Thinking about you and thinking about this connection, I become nervous. Sometimes even panic attacks, anxiety. Sweaty palms. There's so much nervousness. And it's because of these feelings, this lack of courage. I don't make a move at all. Overall, even though I am doing something else, even though I am with someone else, a part of my heart, my mind, my body is always shifted towards you, wondering and thinking, what are you up to? Are you there? Yearning and longing for you. You are one of the sweetest distractions I've ever met. I can't concentrate. I can't be myself when I'm not with you. right, Aries. Talk about deep. My goodness, this person is goo goo gaga in love with you. Absolutely. It's amazing the amount of love this person has. This is the type of love where you'd literally marry the person, or you'd move in and you're together for like ever and ever. It's just so much. There's certain slang words I'd like to use right now, but I can't. It's amazing. It's so amazing. These are absolutely some of the most best cards in this deck. You have had like the two of the best cards here. These cards also equally as beautiful. And they're very meaningful. It talks about the character of the person. This person feels as if they actually know you. And they can feel and sense your feelings too. The only thing is something here very awkward and a very strange situation occurred between the both of you. Some of you, this is my card, Shapeshifting, Vila. I associate this with third party situation. Many times I've seen this comes up in a third party situation. Third party situation here could mean first that this is an affair. That this is you, Aries. And this is the person that you're with right now, and you are walking in their direction. However, your head is turned towards the other person. So even though your body is physically this way, your heart and your mind are that way, towards the other person. Now, for others of you, this could simply mean a third-party situation where you're with someone else and you want to be with someone else, but there are other distractions that are taking away your time, energy, and effort from being with this person the way that you'd like them to. This could be taking care of a sick loved one. This could be taking care of, or going through, let's say, a divorce, and there's a situation with kids and alimony and stuff like that, and custody, and this person is just focused on that. Sometimes it also talks about, I've noticed third-party situations also these days a lot with organizations. So there may be an organization that has a clause where you cannot date the other person. That sometimes exists in some very big companies. Sometimes I get my clients from those companies and it's like, wow, you're not allowed to. Why? Because they said so. That's just wrong. There's that. There's also sometimes, for example, I've had a lot of clients from the United States who are in the military. One will be on one side of the country and the other's on the other side. Unfortunately, because of their job, they just are not allowed. They can't leave one place and be stationed somewhere else. So there's a sacrifice there. There's something that's causing that rift, that distance between them. That itself is that third party. So there's various meanings to this. It's not just the fact that, oh, someone's having an affair. It could be something else too. So, other than that, my goodness, the person is in love with you. Absolutely head over heels. And because it's so intense, they also feel the fear is like quadruple. It's ridiculous. The intensity of these, it creates fear in this person because it's so intense. The love is so intense. This is beautiful. It's very nice. All right. Let's have a look at any type of issues, concerns. These are certain things, or one certain thing that may have occurred in the first place, way in the beginning. Why things started to go downhill in this connection. Some of you may have had a lack of closure. Some of you may just have been ghosted. You don't know what happened. So these are some of the cards that I look into in the reverse to see what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you now. And what happened back then? Why did they do what they did? Here we have the King of Cups and the Four of Staves. So I do read these cards in the reverse. So here it talks about how this individual was not learning from love relationships. They were unable to live up to their ideals and dreams. At some point in time, Aries, there was emotional immaturity, a lack of wisdom, and a lack of integrity. A lack of maturity, wisdom, and integrity. This used to be somebody who symbolized these forces, but then things have changed. Here it talks about how this individual had a desire to have more control over their aspirations, but that just didn't happen either. There's a need to stop fantasizing and get to work. This individual, you may have noticed and felt, started to become inconsistent and unreliable. So they had their ways of doing things. This is a king. Whatever they did, which was inconsistent and unreliable, was not from the heart. It was from the logical side of their mind and their brain. Why? Because this is a king. This is an alpha. This is somebody who is of masculine energy. If it was feminine, it would have been very emotional. But you're dealing with somebody who is at a high level when it comes to love. They know exactly what they want. This is not somebody who's immature. This is a king, right? Can't get higher than the king. Here, with this particular card, with this king, it does talk about how certain feelings and emotions could have come to fruition, but there's also a creative blockage here. They just became inconsistent. They became unreliable. And because of this behavior, this individual could not promise you anything. We also have here the Four of Staves. And let's just quickly go back to the King of Cups. One of the reasons why they couldn't give you the things that they should have been, it's because there was a lack of maturity, so they were not mature at the time. They did not have the wisdom at the time, and they had no sense of integrity. So that's one of the reasons why this person was unable to be with you the way that you would have wanted them to back then. Here we also have the Four of Staves. The Four of Staves here talks about a lack of stability, wanting to create a home but not really able to, and a sense of closure or lack thereof. Here this person wanted to accomplish goals and enjoy them, but they were not able to. There was a lack of satisfaction, and there was possibly issues with a marriage or a domestic partnership. Closure that was needed to an unstable situation, but that didn't happen either. There was no closure for this person. Here we have wanting stability, but there was a lot of frustrations and even disappointments at home. So, again, at home, for a small portion of you, it could literally be someone's cheating on someone here is having an affair. Because we're having issues at home. Somebody may have discovered something, their partner is with someone else. There is huge amount of arguments and fights, instability in the home, and disappointments in the home, and frustrations in the home. The home dwelling could be where you are living with your partner, with your spouse, whatever. For others of you, if it's not a third-party situation, it could literally be that this individual has had some type of trauma in their past with their family member or with the society that they're in, with their friends. But wherever they were molded, even when they grew up, and now in their adulthood, in their adult life, they may be going through something still. Whatever it is, it's starting with the home environment. There's frustration, there's impatience, and there's a lot of upsetness because of a lack of closure. There's no desire to create anything anymore because there's just simply disappointments at home. When you have a very nasty environment at home, you don't feel very encouraged. You don't want to do much. So when you have a positive environment, you will remain positive. You will do things more positively. But if you have a negative environment, that foundation is going to crumble. So foundation here, charity begins at home, right? So if you don't have a foundation, anything that goes on top eventually will crumble down. Here, there was a lack of that. There was a lack of foundation. There was also the sense of inconsistency because of a lack of wisdom, meaning there was a lot of immaturity. This person was quite immature at the time. Even though they could have been older in age because it's a king, they were still very immature. They lacked the wisdom. They lacked the experience, even if it is a king. I've had clients that are like 80 plus years old, And they're still trying to figure out life and love and emotions. People sometimes just don't learn. It depends on the right person. If the right person comes into your life, then you learn. You want to learn. But there's a lot of people out there that could be of a certain age and they are still considered inexperienced. They're still considered immature. So that is very much possible. Some of you might have been dealing with somebody that could have been older, or that looked older, or that was just, it seemed like this person was wise. But it turns out that it was the opposite back then. This is something that happened in the past. All right, let's have a look. Okay. Let's have a look at the Beginner's Tarot. So these are any plans, any actions, any intentions. Wow, yes. This person has towards you. Strength is finally back. Yeah, this person's going to get their mojo back. Very nice. Holy Hannah, this is definitely, for the majority of you, a third-party situation. 7-3. 73% of you. I'm seeing the number 7-3 right now. Oh my God, because of the sneaky card here. 7 of Swords, doing things behind the scenes, behind someone's back, something that is forbidden, not allowed. Third party indeed. This is definitely somebody that is either with someone else, you're not allowed, or you're basically meeting somebody that you're not supposed to be. Could be at your workplace. You're not allowed. You get in trouble. You get fired. All right, let's have a look here. First card is the strongest. We have here Page of Wands. So it's interesting how you just had the King, right? The King is somebody that they've kind of been there, done that, right? But it was in the reverse. Here we have this individual approaching you at some point in the future. I'm not good with timelines. I'm not proficient at them. I don't really project numbers or timelines. But I do know that at some point in the future this is going to happen. So if the majority of you are resonating with this reading, then this part here is going to definitely seem very nice for you, because this person's going to reach out. The only thing is, this is a page that's reaching out. This is not a knight, and it's definitely not a king. It's a page. Someone who is a bit more immature, somebody who is a bit immature itself, inexperienced. This is someone who has a lot of passion, that has a lot of drive, even impulsive, but they don't know how to approach. And therefore, they're going to come into your life in a very quiet, soft, gentle kind of manner. They're not going to be very bold with their statements. So this individual is going to reach out to you at some point, and it's going to be a very passionate message. It could be a very sweet, very small message. This could literally be directly or indirectly. Now, one of the cards I saw here that's really, really beautiful, it is the Strength card. The Strength card here, I want to have a look. I want to have a look at the other cards that I had here. The Strength card talks about strength, right? Here you are, right here. But remember, before you had fear? Fear, in the beginning, it talks about a lack of confidence. Here, with the Strength card, finally, this person's going to gain confidence. They're going to gain confidence. Here, they had a lack of self-esteem. That's back. Insecurities, now they feel very secure. They felt very nervous. Here, they're being very bold. I mean, this person's opening a lion's mouth. Right, this lady. She's taming the lion. Taming the beast. This person has the ability of doing that. Here, we have a situation where a long time ago, this person had this anxiety. But then so much has happened in between. The distance has bothered this person to the point where they really want to connect with you now. And they will. They're going to gain that experience, that courage, that wisdom that they needed, and they are going to reach out to you. It's going to be a very small, short message. Might not be that long. Might not even be that meaningful. But just understand that their intention is to move things forward in a romantic way because they do love you. They're in love with you. We also have a feeling here. These two cards are kind of in their own little group, actually. Your person of interest wants to be with you. But because of circumstances, because of the factors that surround you, they are unable to be with you the way that they would like to. Here, this card talks about feeling left out in the cold. This person feels rejected. They feel neglected to some degree. Maybe because it's forbidden. You're not allowed to. So there's distance here. With that, the next card right beside it is the Seven of Swords, which talks about how in this connection, there is this feeling of fear, getting caught. This card talks about sneaky behavior, doing things behind someone's back, getting their way because they desire it. They don't want to get caught, but they just can't help themselves. It's like this person, they just can't help themselves. And they want to be with you. They want to be romantic with you, passionate with you. Here we also have the Fool card. The Fool card is a sweet card, but it also talks about this individual being very immature, inexperienced, and impulsive. They're very impulsive. They take action first and think later. And that's an issue because when you do that, you make a lot of mistakes. The connection may start and then finish just as fast. That's the problem because this person didn't think about it. You're dealing with an individual here who has very young energy. Be careful when they approach you, because when they do, it might not be as promising as you thought it would be. Remember that. Yes, this person loves you, but it's going to be very frustrating for you. Because you're dealing with someone who you almost have to guide every single day. You have to teach certain things every single day. And they just don't learn. Because they're still very mature in a way. So that's a problem here. We can be in love with people. We can be married to people. And we love them to bits. But we hate their habits. Right? That happens. There's certain things, certain pet peeves, certain things that they do. They just repeat. They never learn. Is it on purpose? Or is it just that they don't care? Here, this person, because of this immature attitude, it could literally be that they have a carefree, I'm seeing the word carefree attitude. They're seeing a carefree attitude here. This is the way they are. And even though there's love, you, Aries, are going to have to be the lead. You are always a leader. You're going to have to be the lead in this person's life. So you're going to have to basically lead them. And they're going to follow you. Why? Because you are more of the mature one. This person is a immature person. Even though they have all the love in the world for you. It's wonderful. It's kind of complicated though. Because this person, they're not on the same level as you. It's sometimes difficult to have a conversation with them. Because when you do, they just don't see the things that you're seeing. That becomes a problem. Here, we also have the Queen of Swords. This individual sees you as somebody who has been very hurt, very jaded, feeling very sad and upset, to the point where you have a sword. You're ready to just hurt somebody in return because somebody hurt you. This card usually talks about someone who feels that one is a cold-hearted bitch. You may be dealing with somebody who has darker colored hair. This individual, it doesn't have to be dark though. Could be naturally dark. But this person, they're very aloof, they're very distant, and they're very cold right now. To you, it might seem like this. But this person sees you as you being hurt, and you're the one who is distant from them. You might not be distant. In your own rights, you know that this is not you, but this is how this person perceives you. This is how they think that you are, that, oh my goodness, I did bad. It was my bad, and I ruined the relationship with Aries, and this is what I turned them into. I turned them into a cold-hearted person, somebody that has a sword that's just ready to slice. That's the problem here. Because of this card, there's hesitation when an individual is approaching someone. That's why they're only approaching as a page and not as a, haha, look at me, I'm a king. So that's why. There's a little bit of humbleness here too. But because we have the Fool card, a fool is a fool, right? That's a fool. That's the issue. With these two cards in this combination, it does talk about how this person really is immature. So, Aries, you are going to have to be the person who leads this person. They need guidance. And do what you think is right. If you think it's forbidden, if you think it's going to risk, like, you're going to risk everything, is it really worth it? That's up to you. It's a very special card. Talks a lot about things that are hidden, that are not really coming into light. But there's a desire to have it all, and to steal it, take it away, and to make it your own, or their own. So some of this reading might resonate with some of you, some of it's not. Could be vice versa. All right, just going to do a quick prayer. Okay. We have here perfect timing. So these messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, as well as Uriel. All right. Some of you here have a choice. Yeah, and that's a very important card to have in this particular reading because it's a third-party reading. Some of you may want to be with this person. Others of you may just want to give up because it's too risky. Okay. So we have here perfect timing. Look for a sign. So look for signs and synchronicities. Don't go out looking for them, but you'll just notice them. You'll see numbers, patterns, things like that. And sometimes the signs are even, in this case, it could be red flags. Remember, because it's slightly also on the negative side where we have certain things that might be forbidden. So it could also be for some of you, you have to actually be looking for a sign which is of red flags. Is it healthy for you? Is it healthy for your other relationships? Is it healthy for your life, for your finances? Those type of things. But whatever is going to happen, it's going to happen in divine timing. This is not something that you can plan that's going to go your way. Here we also have, many of you may just be wondering, pondering these thoughts. It is important to meditate because it talks about meditation brings answers. Here we meditate to the divine. 21 minutes if you do not have time. My angel guide, Angel Fakil, has told me 21 minutes is more than enough. 2-3 minutes if you want to just do a prayer. However, even if it's for meditation or prayer, you have to have that intention. It has to be very intense. There's no need to repeat yourself. They can hear you once. They have an ample memory. Here we have, it's up to you. Some of you might want to go along with this adventurous connection because there is so much love involved. And some of you may decide not to because there's also the risk involved. We also have here no need to worry. There's no need to worry. They're telling you the timing will be perfect and there's no need to worry, but you will be ready at some point in time. You'll be ready emotionally, physically, and spiritually to tackle whatever's going to happen within the next few months. So you do have a timeline here. Within the next few months, you'll be ready, and there's no need to worry. Aries, you're going to be making a decision, and this decision will impact, I might just say, the love of your life. This decision might impact that individual and yourself. Within the next few months, you are going to make that decision. And it's important that you do, so that both of you can move on from wherever you're stuck. Here we also have forgiveness, the overall arching theme. There's a situation here where someone has hurt someone emotionally, and there's a sense of forgiveness that's needed. The way to forgive, the easiest way to forgive, is to have compassion for the individual. To understand that, you know what, this person just didn't know any better. Had they known better, they wouldn't have done this. People usually don't like to hurt people, unless they have a whole lot of baggage, negative energy, and a lot of trauma. There's many reasons why people do what they do. But here, forgiving. If you can forgive, then definitely forgive. If you feel like you just can't, that's totally up to you. You don't have to. But forgiveness, when the Christ consciousness taught forgiveness, it's a huge thing, right? In Christianity, forgiveness is huge. There's a reason for it. An individual that does not forgive has a grudge against someone. It's a negative energy bubble that orbits around your head. We have so many negative energies. It's just one more thing that hangs around us. But once you actually forgive someone, by showing that you feel sorry for them, you feel compassion for them, you know where they're coming from, you try to understand where they're coming from. Not all of us can do that, though. But once you do that, that negative energy bubble will burst. And you will no longer be surrounded with that energy. That type of energy weighs you down. It lives and stays in the back of your mind. And so once you let it go, you'll feel more free. Whatever has happened, some of you may want to forgive. Some of you may never be able to. But it is important to try, I would suggest, because it's good for you. You don't even have to tell this person, hey, I forgive you. I have a lot of clients that connect with the person of interest and tell them, even though the person of interest has not talked to them in weeks or months. An individual will call them and say, I forgive you. The problem here is that when you tell the person that you've forgiven them, sometimes they don't even know that they did something wrong. It's almost an insult to them too. You forgive me? Well, what the hell did I do wrong? Right? So it's best not to do that and not connect with the person and tell them, by the way, I forgive you. Just do it in your heart. If and when that individual reaches out to you, then sure, open your heart up, talk to them. But in the meantime, it's best that you let this person approach you and you not approach this individual. Remember, there's still a page. They still have the fool's energy, somebody who's very young and inexperienced. They will eventually reach out to you. And when you do, there should be an exchange of forgiveness. It'll make the environment around you better. Certain things have happened in this connection. There's many, many scenarios. All of you guys have different stories. But if you can forgive because of that sneaky behavior, this third party kind of situation, there's a whole storyline here. And let me know, guys, what you're going through. It's a lot. Not everybody's going to be wanting to forgive. Some of you are just going to change your minds and not be with this person at all. Some of you may think, well, this person is just too immature for me. I'm done. I can't deal with this individual because they don't think like me at all. Sometimes you have to have a little bit of similarities, right? All right. And Aries, that is your reading. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity, some guidance in your situation. Do let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. Do tell me your stories. This one specifically, because it was very unique. I also wanted to mention that I have another channel for those of you who are new. It is called Asnointia Audio. And on that channel, I do have relationship related videos as well as spiritual connection videos. Hopefully you find those helpful. All right. The link is below. It's called Asnointia Audio and it is on YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys again. Take care. Bye now.